We started our trip Thursday, May 11th, 2023. We are leaving Gainesville, Florida, and heading for Arizona and the Grand Canyon. We will go as far as Vicksburg, Mississippi tonight. The last 2 hours of driving seemed to take forever. We stopped in Alabama at a Buc-ee's, which Ken raves about, while I, on the other hand, avoid it the same way I do Walmarts and shopping malls. Friday, May 12th, is our 24th wedding anniversary. Today will be a long drive. We have to get to Santa Rosa, New Mexico by tonight.
Something sacred I lost, but the river is wide, and it's too hard to cross. Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and stand on the shore. I try to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for in the middle of the night.
It took a long time to get through Texas. We started through the outskirts of Dallas about 2:30 p.m. and finally cleared Fort Worth 2 hours later. The traffic was awful. Downtown Dallas looked like it had a hazy layer of smog on it. The highways, which are all 75 miles an hour through downtown, looked like someone threw down some spaghetti noodles. No rhyme or reason to those roads. Driving through Texas and New Mexico countryside, you see large windmills everywhere. At night, these windmills have red flashing lights that pulse every 4 seconds. Some were in sync, while others were not, but you could see dozens upon dozens of them across the flat plains at night. They resembled lightning bugs from far away. Saturday, May 13th, we drove through Coconino National Forest, where you could definitely feel the temperature drop.
Spiritual man, baptized by fire, I wade into the river that is running to the promised land.
We made it to the Grand Canyon in time to see the sunset at Yaqui Point. This is a great location to see the sunset.
To the river so deep, we all end in the ocean, we all start in the streams, we're all carried along by the river of dreams, in the middle of the night. In the middle of it, I go walking 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 in the middle of it.
We camped a few miles outside the national park in Kaibab National Forest. They allow campfires inside the fire rings, which was very nice.
Get your pick on Road 66.
Sunday, May 14th, we headed for the west rim of the Grand Canyon. We stopped in Grand Canyon Junction to gas up and look at some old antique cars.
Get your picks on Road 66. Where it goes from St. Louis down to Missouri, Oklahoma City looks so pretty. Well, say Amarillo, Gallup, Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, don't miss Moscow, San Bernardino, Montreux, get help to the Cali Turkey, Jacko Trip, that California trip, get your kicks on Road 66.
It was a 2-hour drive to get to the Hualapai Indian Reservation. The west rim is more shallow than the south of the north rim, but it is the only area that has a road you can drive down into the canyon all the way to the Colorado River. The drive down was described as washboard. It was washboard all the way down. From the time you start at the dirt road all the way to the Colorado River. The drive down, while bumpy and shaky beyond belief, is spectacular. The views of the canyon walls and the road as it turns and twists, winding down lower and lower, is simply amazing. I wish I had a botanist with me, because the abundance of vegetation and the variety of plants really surprised me. We were visiting in May, and there were so many wildflowers and cacti blooming. When we did make it to the bottom of the Colorado River, the river was ice cold. I took my shoes and socks off, hiked up my blue jeans to go wading in. I could only stand to go about ankle deep. On the drive down, we passed a local ranger and only one other car, but on the way back up, we passed about 5 cars headed down to the river. We also saw 2 wild donkeys on our way down. The ranger told us that they were wild, but the tourists liked to feed them apples. The temperature at the bottom was about 79 degrees. When we started this morning, it was 60 degrees at camp. Coming down from the canyon, it was about 83 degrees, but when we got back up to the top, it was 66 again. Monday, May 15th, we got up at 3:45 a.m. to try to get to the red bus line before sunrise. The goal was Hopi Point. We had a really difficult time finding the red bus stop, so much so that we missed the 4:30 a.m. bus and had to wait until the 5 a.m. bus. The good news is we made it to Hopi Point and got amazing photos of the sunrise. We left the Grand Canyon and drove along the East Rim Road. There are several pullouts. We didn't stop at all of them. We were very tired from getting up so early. The ones that we did were beautiful. There was one at the very end, Desert View. I wanted to see the watchtower that was built by a local Native American woman.
Ame